Let's count up now. The House of Representatives eclipsing 19 days and 20 hours without a speaker. Over to Emily Wilkins on the Hill for more on the GOP's protracted path to a new leader. Emily?
Hey, Kelly. Well, we might see that number get much higher in coming days. Republicans are essentially back to square one now. Jim Jordan was the nominee last week, but he stepped down on Friday. So now 9 Republicans have thrown their hat into the ring to be the next speaker. They've been working the phones all weekend trying to build support, and they'll be having a candidate forum later tonight where they will actually be giving their pitch to members, answering questions, and then tomorrow morning, the Republican conference will begin to vote secret ballot behind closed doors, and it might take several rounds to figure out who their nominee is going to be. And then, of course, it is to the House floor. Now, wanted to focus in on one of the front runners. Tom Emmer is currently the number 3 Republican in the House. He had to win his election to become the majority whip. And he is someone who does seem to have a lot of momentum. He was backed by Kevin McCarthy. Obviously, he's already worked with a number of different factions within House Republicans. However, he is one of the 2 of the 9 Republicans who are running who did not vote to overturn some of those state results for the 2020 election. And there are some questions about how well he gets along with Trump and whether some of the members who are more supportive of Trump could ultimately support him. You also have other members of leadership who are running. Mike Johnson, who is the vice chair of the conference, Gary Palmer, who's the chair of the policy committee. Both of them have won elections before. You have Kevin Hern, who is the chair of the Republican Study Committee, one of the biggest groups within the Republican conference. And then you also have folks like Byron Donalds, who's considered a rising star, even though he has not been in conference for that long. Of course, the big question, can any of these folks get to 217? And Kelly, at that point, that's just not clear that can actually happen. And there are still Republicans who are kind of waiting in the wings with that plan to empower Speaker McHenry. It didn't get enough support last week, but as time goes on, as we don't have a speaker, as we get closer and closer to some of those key funding deadlines, that idea might begin to gain some more speed.
All right. For now, Emily, thanks. Emily Wilkins, we appreciate it.